are you saying that they are victims, but when they gamble, they are also sinners?
No, what I'm saying basically is that there are a lot of people who can gamble and they can handle it, okay? I mean, we have a lot of senior citizens, they get on buses all the way. We'll tell you that the untold story is that many senior citizens that go on these bus tours for a social thing, Reverend, you know this, end up being addicted to it. And then the addiction leads to other things. It leads to bankruptcy, it leads to people who, working in companies, embezzle money. It includes, Rob will tell you, that people who've had money set aside for their kids' college education and everything end up, it disappears. And they end up just really in very bad shape. So I'm just saying that and maybe this is real simple, but I think about Cleveland, 10 miles, people get on the bus, go downtown, the slots are there, they play the slots, some of them can handle it, but the fact of the matter is that the statistics say that the propensity for people to become addicted, I think, is what, 90% more if it's within 10 miles. It's available there. I go in, I start to do it, and before you know it, you can't control yourself. And then all of a sudden, because I don't have the money to do this, then I go out and do something else, and before you know it, they're in deep trouble. And I have to say that I think that best thing sometimes in order to is just to avoid those things. And if they're not available to them, then they're much better off because they haven't had that to be exposed to that.
Okay, so you're using the word eternal. You weren't referring to eternal damnation because somebody's.
No. I'm just talking about
in this world, they were going to be more unhappy because they got it.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Bill, for helping us clear that up. I appreciate it. Jim?
Could you answer the first part of Bill's question? Are you willing to work with gambling interests?
I'm sorry, Bill. I apologize. I need to go back to that. And you want to restate?
No, just will you ally yourself with the gambling interests who this time oppose issue 3 to help defeat it? Mountaineer Gaming being the major one.
It's funny. They don't call me. Because they know I wouldn't take their call.
Do you have a separate campaign?
Yes, absolutely. No, we're not in any way, shape, or form interested in being affiliated, participating with, taking revenue, answering telephone calls, visiting on the internet. Anything else? No. The answer is no. Again, no. And furthermore, just in case anybody's not certain, we think it is an insult to everyone's intelligence for anyone in the casino industry to put forward a PAC called Truth PAC. Thanks, James. They're basically downstream. Their legal argument is a good bit downstream from where we are. If you wanted to do it numerically, they're at about point number 4. Our contention is that the Supreme Court should step in because the Constitution has been violated and the legislature has participated and the governor participated in unconstitutional activities that should be stopped. The potential for the people of Ohio via referendum to address all of these grievances down the road is and remains a potentiality through lots of different ways. For example, Let Ohio Vote could just as easily initiate a constitutional petition, an initiated petition drive, to eliminate the lottery in its entirety. So the right of the people to redress a grievance through the initiative petition in the Constitution remains. We're upstream here. We're saying, wait a second, before we even talk about that, and what the legislature did there, that's almost, if you will, a minor offense compared to these 3 major offenses that ought to stop them dead in their tracks. And for the record, unless the Constitution is amended regarding the lottery, which the people, again, have the right to do, this should become a barrier that the legislature does not come back to again, nor the governor come back to again. Because, again, I point you to the fact that if you can take the lottery today and twist it into racetrack casinos with slot machines, what can you do tomorrow? So, if in essence we're at a much more primary legal level, where the court certainly, we think, needs to intervene, they're farther downstream.